G'day, Ben from Melbourne here, and today I'm going to enter into the experimental music tag set up originally by Motorik 247 on that channel. I'll leave a link below so you can see the original video. Been a lot of great videos following the tag, which I've enjoyed and learnt quite a lot about a heap of artists I've never heard of before, so things to chase up there and check out. I've really enjoyed this tag. It's been really good. So I'm going to get straight into it, and the first question is show a record with improvised music. So as always, try and Australianize this as much as possible. So I'm going to go with the Dirty Three, which, having seen them several times, there's a lot of improvisation going on with them. I think that they kind of operate like a jazz ensemble where they go in with an agreed kind of framework of what they hope to achieve, and then they work within that. And that's the way they play live, and that's just transcendental when they really hit it. Take you to another place. It's hypnotic, beautiful, fierce and scary all at once. Amazing band, all instrumental, and I assume that they approach it the same way in the studio, where they go in with that framework and unleash hell and choose the best take. This is a reissue of their album Sad and Dangerous. It's a nice gatefold edition there. This one is on Bella Union Records. It's a great picture of the guys there. That's a pre-beard Warren in the back there. Of course, the great Jim White and Mick Turner. One of the great Australian bands, but I have a feeling we're not going to hear from them again, as it seems Warren Ellis is Nick Cave's full-time right-hand man at the moment. They're doing interesting things as well, but these guys were something else. Next question is show a record that features the Moog synthesizer. So I'm going to go with a 70s Australian band, which was a private press. This is a reissue on the label Jewel Planet by a band called Cybertron. And this is actually, as you can probably see there, a live performance which was recorded at the Total Theatre in Melbourne, November 1976. I'm not sure what the Total Theatre is now. I've never heard of it. Either might exist under another name, or as usual, the developer's gone through and stuffed everything up and taken the live music soul out of the city, but that's a rant for another day. Anyway, this is covered in Moog, this album. Even in the descriptions it says it's a static Moog ragas reminiscent of both the heavyweight glory of Popol Vuh and the blissful sun blindness of the Asherah temple. So yeah, if that doesn't do it for you, I don't know what does. And if that doesn't do it for you, maybe that cape does it for you on the cover. That's a brave look, that one, but I like it. So that's what I think of, just looking in the background with all the analog gear there, covers that question quite well. But I do have another one, and this is a compilation by an Australian band called the Metronomes, called Timekeeping, from 1979 to 1985. I think I've shown this one before. They're electronic, sort of noisy, can be also synthy, new wave stuff, and it just caught my eye because there's questions on here like there's an interview on the there with each of the members, and it says favorite synth, and he says I miss my multi-moog, but I now have a mini moog. Moog. I don't know. I just say it how it comes out. And then the other guy, he's more into the ARP Odyssey. So that gives you an idea where these guys are coming from. this really good compilation on It Records, little indie in Australia who do nice stuff. Right, next one is show a record with field recorded sound. So this I'm coming at from a different angle. So I'm going to say that the Triffids in the Pines, the whole recording is a field recording, because these guys, after recording Born Sandy Devotional, the brilliant, one of the great Australian albums in London, beautiful, amazing record, they come back to Australia to record In the Pines. And why I say it's a field recording is because the band decamped to a remote farm in the middle of Western Australia and set up in a woolshed, because they wanted the feel of the woolshed and the sounds of surrounding them of Western Australia, and whatever else that sounds happen around a woolshed would be incorporated into the recording. So maybe a bit of a cheat, but I'm going with it. And it is a fantastic album, as all of the Triffids records are. If you like that stuff in the ballpark of Crime and the City Solution and Nick Cave of that era, you'll really love the work of David McComb. He's one of Australia's great songwriters, so that's my very tenuous link to a field recording. But I'm trying to keep it Australian. Show a record with a drone sound. So again, this is on the reissue label Jewel Planet, and this is Monster Planet by Steve Maxwell von Brand. I think how you say that. Another great outfit on the cover, wild cover. So the reason I'm saying this has a drone instrument, because there is droning violin throughout this record, played in that Velvet Underground style of the droning viola that John Cale plays. Again, another quite experimental stuff, very of its time. It's a kind of combination of some of that German stuff coming out in the time, and a lot of weird electronic things which were probably done on the cheap and probably couldn't be reproduced again. But yeah, really great stuff. Steve Maxwell von Braund, Monster Planet. And now show a record with spoken word. So I'm going to go with Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, A Boatman's Call. He's got the track Black Hair on here, which is spoken word. Could have picked a number of Nick's albums, because there's quite a few spoken word tracks throughout his catalogue. This is a beautiful record. This is a point where I think Nick Cave's sound and outlook really changed on the way he made music. Beautiful stuff. But just while we're on Nick Cave, I've also got this CD, which is readings from And the Ass or the Angel, his book from the 80s, and it's readings and music by Nick Cave, Mick Harvey and Ed Clayton Jones. That's all spoken word from his book. Interesting stuff. Now show a record with a processed instrument or voice. So I'm going to go with the Melbourne band on Art Records, None. These guys are three dudes on synths and a lot of loops and pedals, and when you see them they take forever to set up. But they also have the amazing Jenny Brannigan on vocals, and her vocals are always processed or going through some kind of sound effect, live and on record. These guys are fantastic live as well. Really really good. They got 2 records now. So there's a bit of none there on the Great Art Records. Next, we've got the Show a Record from the artist Nurse with Wound. It's their list. So there's the famous Nurse with Wound album that we have here, and contained inside was this list, which I don't know if you can see there, but if you read that fine print, this is a whole heap of artists, bands, composers, you name it, which was significant to Nurse with Wound. And I had a look up on Wikipedia, and I don't think there's one Australian band on there, unfortunately, so I'm going to go with a few different ones which appear on it of non-Australian bands who I quite like. And so we're going to first off go with Cluster, who would go on and become Cluster, but they would change the K to a C and add the great Michael Rother to the band. Great German 70s stuff. Steve Reich, music for 18 musicians. This is a really hypnotic, amazing record, using repetition in the good way. Speaking of repetition and hypnotic beats, of course you have to show Noi. Michael Rother, what a champ. Still going, still doing interesting stuff. Nico, love this record, The End. It's very, very shiny too. And another cool gatefold cover there. And the Intensity of Chrome, their great record, Alien Soundtracks. And we go with Dome. So this is Dome 1. This is actually from this beautiful box set, which I got quite a few years ago now. Dome, 1 -4 +5. This is of course members of Wire and what they did next. Really, really, really good stuff. More experimental and electronic than Wire. Great stuff. The last question is show a record with a toy instrument. This is goddamn hard. So I read lots of liner notes, and the best I could come up with was again the brilliant Dirty Three with their beautiful record Ocean Songs. And the closest I can find to a toy instrument on here is, where did I see it? Now I can't read it, but I've said that it's on here. There we go. Warren Ellis, violin, viola, piano, drums, percussion, guitar. I don't even know how to say it. Melodica. I don't know. That thing which has like a little keyboard and you blow into it. Is it a toy? I don't know. It's gonna have to do. Anyway, that's my last one in the experimental music VC tag. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.